Sometimes life seems like it's flowing normally, and other times it would seem like something very strange is going on. Whether it's celebrity matches, people who all have the same haircut, or a man who prophesies the simulation theory, we have it all on today's most amazing top 10 list. Coming in number 10, we have celebrity matches. If you've been watching this channel for a while, then you will have for sure heard about the strange thing that has popped up several times, and that is celebrity doppelgangers. It's something that has been brought up so many times, and not just on most amazing top 10, but with people all around the world. It's strange that so many famous people have matches that look almost identical throughout history. Now, is this because the rich and famous are actually immortals that will never die and the Illuminati is real and one day they will eat our souls or something like that? I can't remember how it's supposed to go. Or is it because the universe only has so many models that it can throw out through its random person generator, and this is why we have had a couple glitches in the Matrix and these people look so alike, they look like they're carbon copies of each other? Or is it just because people can look alike and it's not that crazy? I don't really have an answer for this question. I mean, who do you think I am? I'm just as confused as you are. Coming in number 9, we have a glitch to a new location. Don't you hate when there's a glitch in a game and it stops you from being able to pick up an item that is usually a key item that you need to progress, and then you have to reload an old save and it's all kinda lame? Well, for this story, we have to head over to the wonderful world of Reddit, and we're going to bring up a story from Spirity. That is the Reddit user's name. They talked about a very strange day they had back in 2018. This is how it played out. They got up, they grabbed their things, they headed out to a gas station to grab some stuff before they went to work. They paid for everything via debit card, and then when they got back in their car, they couldn't find their debit card anywhere. Spirity remembered throwing their debit card in the cup holder between the two seats, but it wasn't there. So they searched all over the car, but no luck. They figured that they would find it later or just get a new card, so they headed to work. When they got home that night, they found their debit card sitting on the kitchen table. Okay, this is very creepy. Now, to be sure they weren't going crazy, they checked their bank account to see if they made a debit payment at the gas station, and sure enough, they did. What on earth could this have been? But I wouldn't feel too shaken about it, because if it is a simulation that we're living in, it seems like the simulation is on your side. Coming in number 8, we have Doppelganger Reset. If you were to run into a person who looked just like you, what would you do? Would you go up to them and be excited you met your long lost twin and now you can be friends forever? Or would you try and kill them before they kill you so you can gain their power, because there only can be one? Well, no matter what your reaction, seeing your clone walking around in the wild would freak you out a little bit. Well, this story was snagged off the interweb, and it goes like this. A young professional was walking down the street and they were in a little bit of a rush to get to work on time, and they stopped at a crosswalk of a busy intersection in downtown Chicago. There were cars zooming by, and then waiting to cross towards them was someone who looked identical to them. And not just a little bit, they were dressed the same way, they had the same hair, the same bag. It was like looking in a mirror. Then, just as the information was processing in their mind, a bus passed by and they broke eye contact. When the bus was gone, so was the clone. Did this person just imagine a double of themselves? Or did the Matrix realize that there was a glitch and then move their clone to another server? Next on the list, we have an extra life. This one was snagged right off of Reddit, and it's a pretty strange story. A Redditor talked about the time that their dog passed away. This is a very sad moment in anyone's life, but it's something that all pet owners must face. All of us will most likely outlive our pets. But here's something very strange that happened afterwards. They were sad for some time, but then they saw some signs around town about some dogs that were up for adoption. And one of the dogs in the photo looked just like their dog that had just passed away, but it was a younger version. They immediately called the person selling off these pups and they rushed over. They said it was like an instant connection, like their dog that had just passed away was brought back to them. Now, this was probably just a coincidence, but it might have been the Matrix reloading an old save file, so this person didn't feel so sad about losing their dog. That's actually a really nice one. Next on the list, we have the helicopter. Here's something that had everyone scratching their heads. Here's a video of a helicopter taking off without the blades moving. If you were to tell me that this video was real, I would just think that it was in the early stages of animation and someone hadn't got to the propeller yet, or this whole thing was being lifted by a crane. That would seem like the most logical answer. But apparently this this thing is actually flying. The official statement is that the shutter speed of the camera matches the propeller speed, so it looks like it's not moving. Or was this a glitch caught on camera? I mean, it looks super trippy, and it looks like the most standard glitch that you could see in a video game. So was this a real life glitch just like a game, or was it the shutter speed thing? I mean, we all know that it's the shutter speed thing, but it's still fun to think about it. Next on the list, we have a palette swap. You know, some games will randomly generate characters, so sometimes you can get some creatures that seem to be very similar to one another. And right here we have a palette swap on the subway that makes these characters seem very alike. So when you look at these guys, it seems pretty strange that they both have boss sweaters on that match the other person's hair, and these aren't standard hair colors. One dude has bright orange hair and the other guy has green hair. How do you get a mix-up like that unless the software that Elon Musk says runs the world goes a little bit haywire? Next on the list, we have Baldy, Baldy, Baldy. So if two people who look the same way wasn't enough to make you think that there could be some glitches in the Matrix, then let me show you this. What about 5 bald dudes on the bus all sitting in a row? Now, I know that it's very common for men to lose their hair as they get older, but what were these bus dudes up to? It looks like they're all in a club for dudes who have a cul-de-sac haircut. What are the chances of these dudes all being lined up so perfectly? Thank God we have cameras on us all the time now so we can catch stuff like this in the wild. Who cares about the Matrix when it comes to gold like this? This one was just funny. Next on the list, we have seeing the Matrix. This is what it's all about, am I right? This is what the people want to be able to do. You want to be able to see the Matrix and see the code passing by your eyes so you can work through it, so you can manipulate it, so you can become a god among men and ascend to Olympus to live among Zeus and the other immortals. Well, there was one person on Reddit who might have had a glitch happen to them that allowed them to see through time and space itself. This person said it started as a headache. They would get this weird pain in the back of their head before they would go to bed, and while they were sleeping, they would have vivid dreams. It only took them a couple days, but they realized that these dreams were becoming reality. There were key moments throughout their day that they had foreseen, and they started to use this to their advantage. They would know when something bad was going to happen and they could avoid it. Or there was one point where they knew to buy a lottery ticket that would give them $1,000. But the headaches were getting worse, and eventually this led to them having a seizure. They were taken to the hospital, and after this, a doctor gave them an MRI on their head, but they found nothing. And then the pain stopped, and also the vision stopped. Next on the list, we have the mirror doesn't match. We all understand what a mirror does and what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to reflect our image. Well, then why the hell does this happen? Okay, how on earth does that happen? We clearly see that the movement between these two images is off. It looks like there's a delay or whatever that's supposed to be happening on the mirror is glitching out. I'm sure that if someone jumps into the comments right now, they can break down why this is normal, but until that happens, this one is still freaking me out. And coming into the number 1 spot, we have Elon Musk. I think you all know this man's name because he just became the richest man in the world. He is the face of the powerhouse company known as Tesla, who has been seeing their stock shoot through the roof. He's also the mind behind SpaceX, the company that wants to take us to the stars and plop us right on Mars to start a new life out there. I don't know how I feel about living on Mars. It's not the most exciting thing to me. I think I'll stay down here with all the chaos we already have. Now, what Elon has also talked about is how he thinks that we're all living in a simulation, that everything is planned out mathematically, and through this, it is proof that everything is running on a program. It's up to you whether or not you want to believe him. Simulation theory sounds to me like a modern version of religion. Everyone is constantly searching for an explanation for our existence. But if you're able to become the richest and one of the most powerful people in the world, then you might know what a couple of the hacks are. Yeah. Anyways, guys, this has been our list. I've been your host, Trader Arena, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.